there, welcome back. This is Angela from artery.co.uk, and what I'm going to do is show you how to make your own laminated stencils. Laminated stencils are going to last a bit longer than if you make your own stencils out of card and such like. They're not going to be as long lasting as your normal plastic ones, but at least you know you can make your own. But what you will need are some background dies. Now, how can you tell if the background dies? Well, if you look at this one, I don't know if you can see that there. Of course not. But the background dies, see these parts that are sticking up, these are the parts that cut out. Normally, a normal die would have a raised edge, which means that the whole thing is going to be cut out. Your background die does not have your raised edges. These are the only parts that are going to be cut out. So I've chosen 3 background dies. Place them on a sheet of cardstock, preferably quite thick cardstock, but it doesn't make that much difference. I mean, I'm just using this thin cardstock that I got from the works. That's all I ever use, really. But keep them a fair distance apart if you're going to use more than one. You can get quite large background dies. But I'm just going to use 3 small ones on the same page. So if you want to, you can use a low-tack tape just to stick them down. You could cut it, maybe measure it and cut it using a trimmer if you want it to be perfectly straight. It doesn't really matter. So these are going to be my stenciling templates. Now, before we cut out those dies, we need to laminate. Once we've figured out on here where the dies are going to fit, so we know that this piece of card is going to fit for the die, so we put that in. It doesn't have to be right up against the edge because we're going to be cutting it away anyway. And then what we have to do is put another sheet of paper inside that, on top of that. So that will make sure that only one side of the cardstock we're going to use as the stencil is actually laminated. Right, I'm going to bring over my laminator and run that through. Now when you're laminating, make sure you put the closed end of the sheet in first, or else it could get stuck inside your laminator, and I have no idea how you go about fixing that. So just let it go through. Okay, so now you're left with that. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the sheet there that we're going to be using. I'm just going to use a pair of scissors because I can't see what I'm doing with that trimmer. So I'm going to cut it just inside of the sheet on all sides. Outstanding cutting as usual. Get rid of those. And that's what you're left with. So actually, that's good because both of these have been laminated. I forgot I did that. Duh. Right. So now we are left with this. So now we can place our dies. So I'm going to have one there. I'm just going to use some low-tack tape to put that down because it'll be sliding all over on the laminated side. I'm going to put that one there. And I'm just going to have that one there. I mean, if you wanted to, you could fit as many as you wanted on, but I think that's enough for this demonstration. So now I'm going to put it through my Big Shot. Oops, I think I need some more on there. I'll just try and be careful with it. I have no idea if these are going to work. Sometimes it depends on the die, sometimes it depends on the die cutting machine. Right, full disclosure. I had to stop filming there for a second because when I put these through my Big Shot, I put them forward and back, and the only thing that really cut out correctly were the hearts. They cut beautifully. Oh, even that one. But these and these had little bits, just tiny little bits that wouldn't cut. So what I did is I used the other piece of laminated card that I had left over. I put them through again, but this time I went forward and back 4 times. So as you can see now, they've cut out really nicely. And don't worry about waste, because these little bits that have been cut out, you can save those and use them on other projects. You can put them in a little envelope or whatever container that you use. So now I'm just going to get a sheet of printer paper to show you what we can do with these. Now you can, because you've got 3 to choose from, you can just decide which one that you want to use. Oh, I think I'll use the snow and the hearts. Let me find my tape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first stick down the card onto here. I'm not going to use my stencil and platform because it doesn't need to be precise. Going to stick that down, then I'm going to line up the stencil where I want it, and I'll stick that down too. But anywhere you feel needs sticking down, just stick it down. I don't know which colour I'm going to use yet. I'm just taking these out. I think I'll use my small brushes this time. Do I have a pink? No, I don't have a pink. I have a purple, that one will do. Okay, so might use the pink and the purple, or the pink and the silver maybe for the hearts. See how we'll go on. We'll just dab in your ink. If you want to, stamp it off a little bit first so it's not quite so intense. And then just start inking. And if you'd like to swap colour, just wipe your brush on a piece of tissue or kitchen roll or whatever. I'm going to use the silver. I'm going to start from there. I don't know if it was a good idea to use the silver. You might not be able to see it. But what I'm going to do is overlap it onto the pink to get like a nice blend going. And if you wanted a bit more of the pink, you could take that and do it however you wanted. So just clean that again on the tissue. Put that away. So it looks like I'm left with the blue and the purple for the snow. Excuse me. Start with the purple. Now I'm not going to stamp this off because I want a good splodge of colour on here. I'm hoping this is all going to work. And then I am going to slide into the blue. And overwrite the purple a little bit. You don't have to do that. However you want to blend, whichever colours you want to use, how bright you want it to be, it's obviously entirely up to you. But I'm just showing you how to make a stencil. Whatever you do with it, whatever weird and wonderful things you come up with, I'm sure will be absolutely fantastic. Right, now this is the moment of truth. So I shall take off the stencil tape. It comes off nicely. Put it away for use later. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's really lovely. I maybe wouldn't have used the silver again on there. Could have used like a nice yellow or something. Yellow goes with pink. But that's how you make your stencils. And the beauty of using the laminated card is that this can just be cleaned now with water, and it should stay clean on the back. Yeah, so you can clean this now with a damp cloth, and then it's ready to reuse over and over again. So although you can make them without laminating them, just on plain card, it is not going to be as long lasting as if you use a laminated card. But I don't know if you can see, that. It's nice enough, isn't it? You get the idea anyway. One or two little boo-boos in there, but never mind. It was just a small video just to show you how to make your own stenciling sheets. Like I say, if you don't want to go to the trouble of laminating them, then just use a piece of card. It's not going to last very long, but if you haven't got a laminator, then there's your budget option, just a piece of card. So I hope that's been useful once again, and thank you for staying with me. I really, really appreciate it. It helps my channel no end. When anybody watches my videos, subscribes, shares, comments, anything like that is so much appreciated. But in the meantime, have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.